Here we have another crime by an illegal immigrant, and this happened in Virginia. So the headline says illegal immigrant in Virginia arrested on attempted rape charges days after being released from jail. So this happened in Fairfax, Virginia. It also happened on a running trail. This is becoming all too familiar, very similar to Lake and Riley and Rachel Morin. This was a random attack, appears to have been just a crime of opportunity on, again, another just regular family trail. So this person has been arrested several times since being in the country illegally. And it's really interesting because the governor, Glenn Youngkin, who is a Republican governor, by the way, actually had something to say about this. And even local authorities said they have not seen a random attack like this in 12 years in the area. This is This is Glenn Youngkin, the governor of Virginia, and you can see he is responding to that exact story that was posted on Libs of TikTok. And it says the town of Herndon, Herndon, Virginia, was shaken this week when a woman was raped on a popular trail by an illegal with a history of crimes. Police chief said this is the only stranger rape that has happened in the area in 12 years. That's what she wrote. And you can see that was posted on November 23rd. So this is really recent. And this is what Glenn Youngkin said. Oh, and Herndon, is that what it said? Herndon is in Fairfax County. I am heartsick at this victim and outraged that local Fairfax County officials recklessly release violent illegal immigrants who should have been prosecuted and deported. This is a dereliction of their most basic duty to keep people safe. Prioritizing illegal immigrants over the safety of Fairfax residents is unacceptable. Virginia is not a sanctuary state. When President Trump takes office, the political posturing will end and localities will cooperate with ICE to protect Virginians. Okay, remember there's a nonprofit that I follow called Center for Immigration Studies, and they have this really cool interactive sanctuary map. And so I actually clicked in Fairfax County and they popped up. So Fairfax County, Virginia, they are non-cooperative with ICE. So they update this every time they get the ICE detainers. And so this means that ICE reached out to them to have a detainer against someone and they were non-cooperative. And it was last updated, this one, the last source came from June 2024 ICE detainer acceptance report. And just to explain it even further, so it just makes sense and makes it really clear just how messed up all of this is. So what is an ICE detainer and what is a sanctuary? So sanctuary jurisdictions are listed below. These cities, counties, and states have laws, ordinances, regulations, resolutions, policies, or other practices that obstruct immigration enforcement and shield criminals from ICE, either by refusing to or prohibiting agencies from complying with ICE detainers, imposing unreasonable conditions on detainer acceptance, denying ICE access to interview incarcerated aliens, or otherwise impeding communication or information exchanges between their personnel and federal immigration officers. A detainer is the primary tool used by ICE to gain custody of criminal aliens for deportation. It is a notice to another law enforcement agency that ICE intends to assume custody of an alien and includes information on aliens' previous criminal history, immigration violations, and potential threat to public safety. Or when you actually read it out, when you actually put it like that to what's happening, it's unbelievable that you actually have, because look, let's see, policy decision maker, sheriff's policy. So the sheriff, the one that is in charge of public safety, is making the decision not to cooperate with ICE. And by the way, these are people who are already being detained for some reason. So not only did they already break the law by being in our country illegally, that's crime number one. They also commit another crime while still being guilty of crime number one. And then the people that are in charge of enforcing the laws are actually saying, no, we're not going to force the law. How is that not a dereliction of duty? And again, these are public safety threats. This isn't just the mom and the child and them going after people and knocking down people's doors. These are people that are already in. So Fairfax County, sheriff's policy, do not cooperate with ICE. What happens? Released from jail. Then a few days later, first crime like this in 12 years. In full disclosure, I'm actually not positive if that is the county that he was arrested and released in. It's likely that is, but it seems like Glenn Youngkin is under the impression that he was, in fact, really arrested and released in Virginia. He didn't travel here days after being released.